prices of adult collector toys really suck, and since I wanted to vote with my money, I'm going elsewhere. I really love Star Wars, but they keep producing the same stuff. The prices keep going up, and I'm just a casual collector. I want something that looks good on my shelf, and I've taken and branching out. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to do some unboxings and first impressions of toys that I've gotten from non-traditional sources, and in this case it's a JoyToy. It's from a Mecha series. I can't even find that much about it, but it looks really cool in the box, and the price was relatively decent. I had to look around because they range in price from $200 all the way down to like $75. So you got to look around from multiple sources, and always use PayPal with a credit card so that you don't use a debit card in case you find an unreputable place that sells them. But I mean, these things are pretty cool. They come well packaged, as you just saw, and the paint application is pretty cool. The only thing I would have to say bad about this is some of the plastic parts are hard to move around, and the mold lines are really dark. And I've already, on the accessories for the pilot, I've already started cutting off the mold lines, and I'll repaint those. But that's because I like to build scale models. I doubt I'll do much to the mech. The lights are a little bright, but you can't see some of the weathering, but it's there. I think there's a shot later on where I show the Gatling gun, and you can see some of the weathering on the Gatling gun. And it's pretty cool out of the box. The front facing, you don't see a lot of the seams. On the side you do. You can see some of the dirt on the yellow. I guess that's the ammo can. And these things are pretty neat. I know nothing about them. The pilot is pretty interesting looking, but we'll see more of that later. And the paint applications and the decals are pretty cool. They look semi-realistic. The ball joints being black, and you'll see that again in the figure, are a little different. So I may paint some of the ball joints so they match a more metal color. But eventually this thing's just going to strike a pose and sit on my desk. Here's the Gatling Cannons and the pilot. Pilot's got a really weird face, but lots of cool details that modern soldier uniforms have. I work around the US Army, and they have pockets with Velcro and things like that. And you can see on this gun that there's some paint and some shadows. You do see that mold line, but wherever there's a decal, I'm gonna let it slide. Here's what the pilot looks like. For some reason the video around where the pilot was too quick, so I'm gonna go back and do that. But there's those injector marks on that first aid kit. Those are already gone on the first aid kit, and I'll be repainting that. I'll be touching up some of the pilot, and I'll be where the black joints hold the upper and lower legs together and the shoulders. I'm gonna paint those green. Even on the box art, they were tan, so they were fairly cheaply molded, but the detail is pretty cool. And here you can see some of the paint applications with the weathering, and like an idiot, I'm pointing at the screen and you can't see that. The decals are cool. The pilot does fit in the cockpit, and this is allegedly a 1/25th scale item, so he doesn't quite stand as tall as a stormtrooper from the vintage collection, but I may get one or two more of these guys and just stick them on the shelf. And look at all the options he comes with. You can break them down to a bare frame, and that's it.